And so hold on. So
But this is my thing, right? Because you talk about the NBA, you talk about the NBA All-Star game,
love, and then get to the criticisms.
That's why I said it's all love to everybody there, right? Like, I mean, listen, they made the All-Star team
like it normally does. We are a city that can plan an event. Okay, if you want to hold an event here, people will show up. They will buy tickets the day of, but they will show up. You got to know that anywhere in Chicago. Musk's going to be like, what you doing? Man, I don't even know yet. 2 afternoon come. Hey, bro, you heard about the All-Star game? We finna show up. That's how it is, man.
But you know what? The problem is, and it's nothing on the players. It's love to all the players. I think that you got to, if you're watching the WNBA, you realize how incredibly talented they are, how much they can actually do, what they can actually get done, right? But the problem is, right, like, there's not enough people watching the WNBA that just know, oh, the WNBA All-Star game is this weekend. Also, the WNBA seems to have this thing, right, where they plan things out
last minute.
I don't know if it was planned out last minute. I'm assuming this was planned at some point, but you have horrible timing where, and maybe it's just because of how the schedule fall. Maybe it's because, but like, you did it on the one weekend in Chicago, all of these weekends where it's something to do in Chicago, right? Or where it's actually did last weekend or weekend before last. What was going on in Chicago? Regular Chicago stuff. Wasn't nothing major happening. Maybe some events, pop-ups, something like that. You picked the taste.
Oh, yeah.
You pick the one weekend where there's going to be a major thing happening in Chicago. Oh, by the way, just like you did with your NBA Finals games, where you're putting them on NFL Sundays, where you know that people are going to tune in to the Chicago Bears over the WNBA Finals. Yeah. It's sad to see. You don't want to say it like this, bro, but like, you almost feel like Kathy Engelbert just doesn't know.
The commissioner of the WNBA.
The commissioner of the WNBA just doesn't know how to market her brand. And so she needs help. And I don't want this to be like, oh, women need help from a man. But she needs help from somebody that's done it. There's a whole line of people in the NBA that are already doing this. And I'm sure the NBA helps in some way or form, but you need to, like, Kathy Engelbert should not be the GM or the commissioner of the WNBA. You did nothing.
She needs help. Only because you should not, we as the consumer or fans, because Go Sky is Sky.
I love watching the WNBA. It's a good product.
There's no way we should know. There's no way that same day or even the day before that there should be an announcement of when the skills challenge was and what, like, the flyer for the skills challenge and the 3-point contest was literally tweeted out or promoted the day before.
I'm fine with that because I know when it's going to be, right? Like, I know it's going to be, but you didn't promote the weekend.
Right. In comparison to, like, we didn't know when I didn't know when or where anything was. All I knew was
now that's different.
That the All-Star game was going to be at 1 p.m. Sunday afternoon at Wintrust Arena. That is the only thing I knew as a consumer. Like, literally, like, unless I have to go dig and research and find out where it was. 1, 2, I'm like, I don't know if they really purchased any advertisements on the street. Like, maybe around Wintrust there probably was banners and things, but when the NBA All-Star game was here, you could not make a turn without seeing.
Here's my thing, right?
There was something.
Here's my thing. You're not like the WNBA. Like, let's be real. The All-Star game is the weakest part of All-Star weekend. Yeah, dunk contest is the weakest part of All-Star weekend. But, like, the All-Star game itself is a part of the, like, the weekend is the climax. The weekend is actually being there, kicking it at the All-Star game, kicking it around the players, kicking it. Like, the whole city should turn out for, like, how Chicago did it.
Now, they did do other things, but I only knew this because I watched the game. They did the WNBA Cares. They did different camps. They did different camps for young women, trying to get them to stay in sports, because statistics say that a lot of the young ladies who get into sports, there's a large percentage of them that end up quitting later on. So they're trying to get the young ladies to stay in the sports that they start. So they did a camp for that, like they do similarly for a lot of youth sports. They did an NBA Cares event, I believe, giving out food to free groceries to communities that need it. So they were active in the community. They did. That's
all nice, but that ain't doing nothing for you advertising your company.
And that gets to the point where most of the events during the WNBA All-Star Weekend in Chicago were closed to the public. There were, like we heard, or either through Twitter or whatever, that of course anything that happened to do in the city, you're gonna get Chance doing something, and of course you're gonna get Candace Parker doing something, and they both do parties. Chance had a event that was close to the public. Candace Parker had I think an Adidas event that was close to the public, but it was live streamed on WNBA's platform.
So when you say close to the public, like it just wasn't people there?
It was closed to the general public. That means there was no open invitation for anyone to either purchase a ticket or to show up for free.
So how'd you get in?
Invite only for those in the WNBA media or celebrity. So it was not open to the public.
Bro, it's so bad.
The reason the commissioner gave was because in her press conference, she announced multiple things. One, that the WNBA was going to add more games, and they're going up to 40 games.
Wow.
Two, that the WNBA, the league, was going to foot the bill for chartering flights for the playoffs only. That's how they're going to start.
I got so many beats.
Which blew me so much was that a lot of the events held were private events or not open to the public because of the fear of gun violence.
I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is a weird way to say it. I don't know why the women play in the WNBA.
Hey, but we trying to.
Oh, like what incentive they have?
But whole time though,
I don't know why the women play in the WNBA. Like I get like it's your home city and stuff like that, and there's of course a hometown tied to it and stuff like that. But the WNBA ain't the best women's league in the world. WNBA ain't even close to the best women's league in the world. They don't pay you like they're anywhere close to the best women's league in the world. There's a reason why Brittany Griner was overseas in Russia playing basketball, because she can make 3 times as much as she can here. Brittany Griner makes $220,000.
Oh, wow.
A year. She can make 3 times as much playing in Russia. I don't understand why the WNBA even has a leg to stand on. And you know why? Because it's backed by the NBA. While I understand the WNBA definitely does not draw in nearly as much money, which is the reason why the women aren't paid anywhere near as close to LeBron. And I'm sorry to everybody who's offended by, oh, well, it's still a good product. Well, you need to have people watching it for you to get a close to $500 million deal for the TV and all that stuff right there, right? Like you need those deals in place for you to get $215 million deals for Zach LaVine alone, right? But if the NBA is not willing to put part of their $60 billion into what the WNBA makes in a year, which is about $60 million, then you're not even willing to push this league to the point that it needs to get to put it in a position to close the wage gap.
Yeah,
and you have to be, and here's the thing, right? You have to make it entertaining enough. You got to make it like, I'm not with the muds that are like lower the rims and all that stuff so that they could dunk, right? Like, cause I like the skill part of the WNBA. I like the fact that you got to be able to have handles. I like the fact that you got to be able to make plays. And I think the WNBA is at a place. I think the WNBA is at a place where. No, because it's some bad players in there too. But I think the WNBA is at a place where you're starting to see more talent. I think it's at where the NBA was in the 90s, and there's a growth that has to go into that. I really do think it's like the WNBA, like, yeah, mugs don't think about it, right? Like, it's not that long ago. Michael Jordan had won 5 NBA championships. He had to go overseas to play against Arturas Karnisovas and the or whatever team he was on. It wasn't the Serbian team, to expand the game.
Oh, yeah, they expanded it.
He had won 5 NBA championships.
Yeah.
So it's not that long ago that the NBA was there. But if you're going to make this league something big or something great or something that's on the next level, you got to, at a minimum, put it on at a time when people are going to watch it.
Yeah.
Don't allow your teams to be bought by a major network, and I use that term loosely, Tom Ricketts, so that you can't see any of the games if you're the little girl whose daddy might not want to pay because their baseball team's going to lose 100 games this season.
No, that's a fact.
He's sneak dissing.
It ain't nothing sneaky about it. I'm full dissing. Like the thing is, bro, like it irks my soul that the WNBA tries to make major league moves and they're not a major league yet. They make less than the MLS, and I don't know who's on the Chicago Fire.
Nobody knows,
bro. Like they make less than the MLS.
I mean,
but this is
most of it starts with what? Like they have to.
You got to go through the marketing steps to get there. They're trying to move like the NBA, and they ain't the NBA. They ain't close to the NBA. They're trying to move like I'll tell you this right now, right? Like. You got to move like how the USFL is moving. I don't know none of the players, none of the teams on none of that. But you know what? I caught a couple of games.
They're about to finish the season.
They finished it.
Oh, well.
They had a championship game.
Hey, okay.
And here's the thing, right? Like, I'm looking at that and I'm saying, okay, this is something that might actually catch on at some point, or how Ice Cube did the Big Three, right? But he found his spot.
Yeah.
He knows I can't compete with the NBA.
And Mike watch that on Saturdays.
They get great ratings, and it's they know I can't compete with the NBA. I can't compete with this. I can't compete with this. I'm at this level right now, but we're slowly going to move at this level, and we're going to find our way into this niche. And right now, guess what? You're seeing college players who didn't make it to the NBA go to the Big Three. Now, I mean, he trashed, but Julian Newman is in that mug right now. Yeah, I mean, he
cooking.
No. We can't say that because I don't know.
Getting the air fryer plugged in.
I can't see the difference between him and GOI.
Yeah, Julian Newman.
Oh wow!
Shut your goof mouth. But it's just one of those things that it irks me, right? Because and they feel like because women are equal to men, so they should be able to move at the same pace as men. The men took. When did we start seeing these contracts? Like Derrick Rose got a max deal. He was the MVP. It was $88 million.
No, the NBA almost.
That's in our lifetime.
The NBA with the split, like you at one point had the ABA and the NBA. Then before Magic and Bird, like they were about to shut the whole thing down. So they definitely the National Basketball Association definitely went through its bumps and bruises. The thing is, as Pat has stated, it's just the thing is the biggest gripe before isn't there anymore. The biggest gripe was the level of competition. You only had 2 or 3 teams that were consistently good.
Yeah.
Now every team is just about good. Like,
there's enough talent that you actually have to like cut your rookies because the rosters aren't expanded enough.
Like we saw that issue there. There were good top high first round pick players who were being cut from their teams. Now the WNBA is looking to expand into other cities. Now we're seeing a longer season.
But see that you ain't there yet.
It's just laughable.
You ain't there yet.
Why not?
You ain't at expansion yet.
No. You want to know why? And I'm a
because you can't pay for them to get flights during the season.
How you going?
I'm not gonna argue with you there.
You the flexes. We're gonna pay for them to fly in the playoffs. You a major market. You worried about expanding. You can't get Candace Parker and her team a charter. You know how much a charter flight costs?
I know.
10 bands.
Really? $10,000. No matter where.
They got that.
It depends on location. It depends on, but it's that's usually like your max. And like they're not flying to Germany.
Oh yeah.
They flying across the United States. Right. And it's not gonna be 10 bands. Like 10 bands is kind of like. If I looked it up, I don't remember. Maybe that was the low end or the high end, one or the other. I got to look it up again. But at 10 bands, you don't got 10 bands for your team to fly here.
No,
and it's not.
Do. And it's 2 new owners again last year chartered their flight
and got fined for it. And that's a joke. And that's a joke. And I get it, right? Because, it's a competitive advantage. Yeah, it is a competitive advantage. Because I don't want my team, especially during the height of COVID,
delayed on a flight,
sitting in here
in the airport
with the regular people delayed in an airport when we got a game in an hour.
Yeah.
Like we're past
the Phoenix Mercury and the Sky both
had it.
Flights.
And here's the thing, if you can't get past that, you shouldn't be expanding your league. Like, it's not the 1960s no more. I don't got Rick Barry taking a bus cross country trying to get...
Or Major League when she was trying to destroy the team, right?
Yeah, had him taking a bus. You know what I mean? Like, if that's what we doing, that's how... Oh, my God. It's Major League. It's Major League. Oh, my God. It's perfect analogy.
It's definitely Major League.
You can't even expand the team. Like, you can't even expand the product that you got. Like, you can't even capitalize on the product that you got. And I feel like that's the problem. Like... And the thing is, the WNBA is behind because, I don't know if y'all know this, but like Sabrina Ionescu got it where it's like I got range like Steph Curry, and she really out putting up triple doubles.
The last 4 minutes of the All-Star game.
Yes, bro. Plus the last 3 games.
The last 3
games she played, she got a triple double in.
Bro, it was crazy.
Like. They're actually falling behind their players, and the fact that you not capitalizing,
they're falling behind their players. That's a bar.
Off of that,
that's a big.
But we talking about expanding to Vegas.
We start expanding
because we
got to expand.
We talking about
even a crazy.
You can't even get Candace Parker from Chicago to Vegas. Here's the thing: you can't capitalize on Candace Parker, who's on TNT all season.
Oh yeah,
TNT, NBA TV.
Yo, on Turner on all the Turner.
She don't got to do NBA TV no more. I don't need her. I don't want to see her on that. I don't want to see her on that. NBA TV is an awful channel.
Big time.
That's an awful channel.
She's too popular now.
All the whatever it is TVs are awful.
Hey, nobody trumps.
NFL Network is good, actually. I take that back. NFL Network is actually good.
Nobody trumps MLB Network. I don't.
No, I mess with MLB Network though.
MLB Network is
I think the problem with MLB Network, Marquis, Mr. Marquis over here, heck of random out here.
Hey, don't say whatever, big. Don't say whatever, big money. You got it like that.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, if Marquis mad random. Marquis just show you a movie out of nowhere. You be like, why is it a movie on?
Hey, why is the Little Giants?
Why is Little Giants on right now?
When you're the Cubs with Marquis or you're the Yankees with the Yes Network, we have history to show off.
No, you don't.
We have.
You don't.
What do we have?
100 years of losing.
I could parade Mr. Cub out.
How long you gonna show Ernie Banks highlights?
Hey, stop.
Because he's Mr. Cub.
How many times?
That's fine.
How many times are you gonna show Sammy?
We show every version, the light, the dark. Nothing.
Hey, Sammy's soft serve ice cream out here. Y'all didn't even know. Sammy is literally a Wendy's Frosty at this point now. They got strawberry, they got vanilla, they got
strawberry.
But no, like bro, like that's my thing, right? Like you're letting like the Chicago Sky win an NBA championship and then you took them off regular TV.
They're still
a WNBA championship.
They were on the game you called. They were on the U.
Bro, those are the games I called are 3 or 4 of the games I've been able to see.
I got you. That is an issue.
Like, I haven't seen Sky basketball this season. The games I've called is what I've seen. Everything else has been me reacting to the highlights, which I need to get back on. I'm sorry, y'all.
They do the highlight with you and
Ori. She cracked me up.
What's it?
But you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. Like they're not to the point where they should be expanding because you don't even know how to market people who are ridiculously marketable. They're almost worse than baseball.
And this,
they're almost worse than baseball.
You know what? Now that you bring that point up though, because
like who's the best WNBA player right now?
It's an argument to be had.
Who would you say?
It's an argument. It's between Stewie or Sabrina right now.
Okay.
Really? I would say Asia Wilson.
I could throw her in there. I think Kalea Copper's gonna make a case eventually. Yeah.
Kalea is not. She got to stop smoking libs for me, man.
Who? Kalea be finishing. You got this. Hey, nah, hold up. Hey, AD, hold up. He's seen the same 4 games I have. So he's seen the same 4 games I have.
And before the Indiana Fever game, I forgot who they was playing. No, they was playing Minnesota.
When they was playing Minnesota the second time?
Smoked like 4 layups.
She also coming back off injury. But yeah, but still had a even with that though, right? Like I look at
Raiden finals.
But like, bro, like right now, everybody in the chat, try and describe what she looked like without Googling her.
Who? Kalea?
Kalea, they probably could, 'cause she play here.
Oh, she play here.
But
you talking about somebody like Asia Wilson?
Asia Wilson, Stewie, Brandon Stewart. I mean, like, describe what they.
Sue Bird even.
Sue Bird, you might know.
Nah, Sue Bird.
But Sue Bird is old go. We up the new go now. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like describe what they look like without. Like you can't even get a picture in your head because they're not marketing their best players. We know who Candace Parker is because we're in Chicago.
Oh yeah.
And she was with the Sparks and she was on TV and all this, but like they don't even market to people that's already proven that they marketable.
Yeah. Even though the Sky do a pretty good job, even as strapped as they are, like as far as being in a league that doesn't help them market their players, they do a pretty good job of marketing to us locally.
I'll say this. This is the one thing me and Hayes said, right? Because when we both do Sky content. When we try to do the content, we try to find high quality pictures so that we can, crop the pictures out and do all this stuff and make it.
Yeah.
There's no high quality pic. There's nobody taking photos with a Lumix G7 of these ladies, which would be tough, by the way. For you camera peoples out there.
Photographers, there is space for you to come up.
Bro.
You better be, like, you send them in.
There is...
Go take... You need to be getting the Getty images of
there is
WNBA players, there's
nobody putting out high quality images of the game. It's all Twitter images. It's all, and they 240 by 480. And like, this is a personal thing for just like us content creators that you create our own thumbnails and stuff like that. But like, you're telling me you don't got photographers at the game.
Right.
Which is wild.
You got some dude with an iPhone.
Yeah.
Or you got some dude that's just got a little.
Or the players themselves. Because even like during the All-Star game, Wnba and Kalea were on a separate team,
and even that
were live tweeting, and taking selfies the whole time.
And even that, right? Have y'all seen any footage from the All-Star game?
No. Usually,
it was more.
I saw Candace. I saw Candace at the 3-point contest. They got
an All-Star access thing, but it don't be none of it.
I saw Candace. I saw Candace with the 3-point contest, right, where she was hyping up Allie Quigley, and everybody doing that.
Yeah, Quigley, the ball jersey on.
But have you seen any content from the All-Star game?
Nope.
I ain't seen no interviews. I ain't seen nobody really breaking nothing down.
Other than the Sylvia Fowles dunk, that was probably the biggest.
Yeah. That's all you saw.
Yeah,
but you know what though? Back to
shout out to Sylvia Fowles.
Can we pause for a second? Do you got a Raptors jersey on and Heat shorts?
Yeah, I do.
You a weirdo. And a White Sox hat.
I don't do it.
And a White Sox hat. What's up with this guy, man?
I don't do this for you.
What's up with this guy, man? He said, I don't do this for you. And a chain with your initials on it.
I don't do this for you.
Wait a minute. Is your hat engraved?
Yeah, actually, this was my brother's hat, and then the man went to Houston and forgot it, so he just told me I could have it.
Came up.
I just had to stay finito.
Good job, Steph. Good job.
Hey,
Oh man, let's bring it to a close, man. We done gave him a good episode, man. What you was gonna say though before I cut you off?
I was just going back to his point about the video that you did with Ori, and we was talking about like when she gets older, like the team she's gonna root for.
Yeah,
she might want to root for this guy, and like by that time, do you even think that the WNBA is gonna be like, big enough for her to even be like,
it has the opportunity to be, but I think that the problem is, right, like the thing with the advantage the NBA has was nobody could pay like the NBA could pay.
Right.
overseas you weren't making as much money as you were making here, unless you were one of the best of the best. Like what? It's not DeMontis. What's the dad name? Sabonis. Dang, no. What's the one that's in the league right now?
Domantas Sabonis.
Domantas is the son. Why can't I think of Dad Sabonis' name?
Hold on, but even
he didn't come over for years because he was a god overseas.
I will give the WNBA credit. They did take a good step with the in-season tournaments. That game or that methodology, even the NBA is starting to try to inculcate into theirs.
Arvidas.
Like we have the Sky play that they promoted. The Sky play Las Vegas on like the 24th of July for their in game. They're the first in the East versus the first in the West.
Yeah.
For their in game tournament. They need to incorporate the international. Like, let some of the women that play on these teams during the off season play their teams during their season. Invite them over here. Play best or whatever.
But the
Las
thing is,
Vegas
right?
Versus the best of this.
But
country,
the thing is, right?
Or Chicago versus the best of this country.
There's two reasons why they won't do it. One, because women's sports overseas is a lot stronger than women's sports is here.
It's an exhibition.
You still don't want to send your best team over there. The WNBA don't want to send their best team over there.
I don't want to send anybody over there. They gotta come over here first.
Well, true, but you don't.
Team.
Right? You don't want to see them go out there and get smoked.
No,
right?
I'm talking about the Olympic team. Sometimes in soccer, they'll do Manchester United versus the world.
Oh, I get what you're saying. But what I'm saying is, you don't want to see, like, Manchester United is one of the best teams in soccer, right? Like, in all of soccer,
right?
You don't want to see
they just got a new skipper.
A team come over here that, because they push women's sports more over there, and it might be a little more mandatory over there. So
I mean,
they're gonna come here and they're gonna work out a regular team. And you don't want to see your product get like overseas. But this is the thing, right? Like, this is the thing. But this is the difference, right? Like, that's why I say it's a different spot where they're at, right? Like, when Jordan and them was going overseas, like, this is Michael Jordan.
The level of competition.
And Michael Jordan was playing for real.
Yeah.
Like, Michael Jordan was putting up like 30. And playing 37 minutes and clamping you up. Yeah. He's got 4 steals. Like, he's proving to you that I'm Michael Jordan, I'm going to beat you. And he's like playing to you the same intensity that he playing against Karl Malone with. So, like, that's a whole different thing. Like, there's a guarantee that the championship Bulls team is going to go over there and smoke them mugs.
Right.
You don't have that guarantee with the WNBA. And it looks worse on the WNBA if they end up losing one of those or getting blown out in one of those, because it shows that you have an inferior product.
I don't think it's the level of competition will be that different.
No. They're getting worked.
I think the difference is right.
It's crazy.
I think the difference is right. Like, you would have to send a strong. I don't think it's pushed as much here, and you would have to send a stronger team, because in the WNBA, the biggest. We've talked a long time on the WNBA. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah.
If y'all stuck around, the WNBA is a league where right now, like I said, it's the '90s NBA. There's Michael Jordans in the WNBA right now. There's also dudes that just kind of run around, or chicks that just kind of run around.
I don't know if you have any ladies just running around.
Yeah, you do, for sure. No. That one chick that was
they're not giving away slots.
No.
Cutting good players.
But the one chick that was on Phoenix last year in the playoffs that was trying to guard Kalea Copper, that she got in her face and like jumped at her. She don't know how to play no defense.
You talking about
Shorty was black. Shorty was black. Yeah, Shorty was black.
The white chick, and then she tried to like kind of step over.
Yeah, Shorty was black. Shorty was black. She wasn't a good back. Like even.
But she hit that 1-3, and that's all.
Why she a shooter? They have.
She shoots.
I will say we're still at a level in the WNBA where you do have a lot of players who are
it's not the best talent.
No, not that, but not everybody is an all-around player. A lot of them are not tradesmen. What is it called? Like when you do something specific. Like, okay, cool.
That's their job. Yeah. I can't think of a specialist.
Yes,
a specialist. Yeah.
So you got those who are just shooters or this that. But if you look at some,
but she really wasn't even a shooter.
You look at some of the players, like look at what is it? Allie
Quigley?
Sloop.
Courtney Vandersloot.
Courtney Vandersloot. She could give a clinic on how to be a point guard.
No, yes.
On any level.
Yes, there are some that are absolutely, and I'm not saying like, but my thing is right, like when you look at a roster top to bottom, like there's only certain rosters that you can see, like maybe the Aces might win. The Sky probably would end up competing well and could probably have a chance to win, right? And in a close game, you don't mind it. But the fear is right, like you send them over there and they get smoked, and now the American women look at that and they say, oh, we are the inferior product, and I have to go overseas, and I have to and by the way, overseas they pay me more.
Right.
So if I want to look like the best overseas, but you don't get that same recognition, right? Like it's a catch-22 almost with it. And so like I think that's the biggest fear that the WNBA has with playing those exhibition games, is right? Like there was professional sports for women in other countries
far before
the WNBA got here.
Yeah. I mean, we seen that a lot in basketball.
But I mean,
even
into that
she went straight from UCLA to go over there.
That was a random, but yeah, you're right. Yeah,
like it wasn't really no opportunities at that time.
Did Cheryl Miller play overseas?
No, I don't know. That's Cheryl Miller. The WNBA didn't exist.
The WNBA didn't exist yet
because she would be the logo. And Cheryl Miller would definitely be the logo. Cheryl Miller would be the logo if it existed then at her time.
Nah, Doris Burke's a tough one too, though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh yeah.
Doris Burke was a tough one.
Hey, the only reason why Doris said she hadn't played is because the year that it was implemented, she got hurt. I think she hurt her knee.
I don't think she ever played overseas.
Yeah, Cheryl Miller would be the logo.
Oh no, she did. Cheryl Miller International Stats. Oh, that's just for the Olympics.
Yeah, but she just bro.
Cheryl Miller in the Olympics at 16 points. 4 assists, 7 rebounds, 3 steals.
Bro.
1 block.
Numbers.
I love it, Cheryl. I love it, Cheryl.
Cheryl Miller, goats. Bro.
Yeah, no, Cheryl.
It's a lot of women that got game, had game, but never got the platform to really for everybody to see it.
I would want to see Doris hoop though.
That's what I'm saying. I wish I could have seen Cheryl Miller.
I wish I could have seen Doris.
I mean, I think they got tape of that, don't they?
Like my father's generation was like, yo, like.
Nah, they probably got.
That's what we cracked up about. We was cracking up about Reggie, like how Reggie would talk about it. It was like, I think somebody said like, man, you had to be embarrassed, like to having to tell somebody that your sister was cooking you. And I was like, he couldn't be. I was like, he couldn't be embarrassed. She was cooking everybody in the neighborhood.
So if you was laughing at him, he'll be like, hey, bro,
did she drop 30 on you?
Hey, what you laughing at?
She only put 25 on my head. She dropped 40 on you.
Didn't you go work down in the 1v1?
She put a 40 burger on your head,
bro, you down 8 games to none.
I got you got
that ain't even a series.
Like,
hey man, I don't know, man. I think the WNBA just got to figure that out. That's kind of their own thing. It is.
My only thing is like, yo,
it's so far
if anything, shout out to all the ladies. Shout out to all the. I
love all the players, bro.
Y'all, like I was standing up in front of my television watching the All-Star game, geeked up, like hanging on every shot. Geeked up everything. I love the 4-point shot during the All-Star game. That was cool. Like this, it was cool. Like, yo, like just throw them up because
it's cool because it's still early, right? So like records are different.
No, that's what I'm saying.
So for me, it's like, oh well, if we start setting records that way now, like the All-Star games. For me, records mean something. So I'd be like when they be like, bring a 4-point line into the NBA, I'd be like, relax, brother. Like
the cooler wrinkle, they didn't take any foul shots. If you got fouled during a shot, that was automatic too, and you just ran to the other end. So it was really
cool in the All-Star game. Yeah,
Kalia was live tweeting, was like, "Yo, no free throws." Was like, "Yo, we out here running."
Yeah,
like it was a cool wrinkle that they put in the game, and it also made it interesting. And it's something that it's a complaint that we hear about the NBA All-Star game. Like, okay, cool. We already know it may not be any defense play. Don't tell Vandersloot that because she was still she got at least 2-3 steals during the game. But they're making it interesting. I just want the WNBA as a league, mainly its commissioner, don't hinder your owners. Don't hinder the owners of the teams. Let's create a standard and let's keep elevating it. Because the game should be saw or seen by everyone, and certainly it should be marketed and displayed.
I think that's the biggest thing,
for
right?
Everyone.
Like right now, what's on?
Dude, it's baseball.
And it's the beginning of the season.
Right, it's baseball.
Nobody cares about baseball in the first. Like, listen, the Sox are awful.
Oh, the Sox.
They're a bad baseball team.
Still waiting on them to fire.
Hey,
hold on. And they probably won't, right? And they probably won't.
Cubbies, but like,
and they probably won't. But here's the thing, right?
It's a interesting time when it's only baseball.
Tell me this though. We get into the All-Star break. Sox are a lot to a little.
A lot to a little. I couldn't tell you.
If the White Sox put it together right now and made the playoffs, would you be surprised by it?
No. It's
baseball.
It's 100.
There's so many games, and nobody cares in the beginning. That's why I'm saying, like, this is a time for you to capitalize. You need to be finding a way to get on at 7 p.m. You need to be you don't need to be taking your market away, or at least 5, bro. Like when I'm sitting down. Or here's the thing,
or cross market, or even partner with. That way you can. Like, okay, so the NBA or low key, some of the NBA and the NFL marketing has coordinated not to conflict. If you can coordinate with MLB not to conflict, but everybody get they due, you're good.
Here's my thing. Put the games on at 5 o'clock when Muzz is driving home. What radio station is on?
Yeah.
Like if the Sox are playing at 5, like you telling me you can't get is there even a Sky radio station? And I'm not saying like that's the way to do it or that's the way, but like I'm thinking of different things where like when you find people just like trapped, like in Chicago, we are trapped at 5 o'clock.
Oh yeah, in traffic.
You're trapped. You have nothing. You have to turn something on to keep you awake driving home.
Looking for my chest.
You know what I mean? Like, shut up. You have to turn something on to keep you awake on the way home. So like you're talking about a hour car ride at times.
Yeah.
Basketball would help.
I used to be in that.
Cause baseball ain't it.
Yeah, after you done ran through all your playlists, you'd be like, man, what?
Bro, baseball, driving home.
I can listen to it, but I'm different. I can also.
Hey, listen.
I'm different.
No, that's the thing. I can listen to it, but like it's the dead time, bro. It's the.
I love listen to the baseball call like that is probably.
It depends on who you got to. I ain't gonna lie to you. Lynn be killing me sometimes.
I'm sorry.
Because Lynn still got a little TV in him. So sometimes Lynn just be like,
we don't see you.
Hey, bro, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Sometimes Lynn just be like, yeah, man, you know, and every now and then, tutu. And I was like, Lynn, like, I thought we were still at the start of the at bat there, brother. Like, I thought they just hadn't thrown a pitch. They've thrown 4.
I'm called something. I think that might have been a striker or a ball. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, on the break. Coming up on the other side of this commercial break.
On the White Sox radio now. But I think that, man, I don't know, man. I just hope they get it together.
Hey, man. Shout out to the Sky, man. I'm calling it right now. Repeat. Do it again.
I think they will repeat. I ain't gonna lie to you. We go. I think we gonna meet the Aces on the.
Hey yo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show up with my best fit on.
Yeah, that's a tough one right there, my boy.
I ain't get to act up like a city girl during this All-Star break because I brought this pole.
Why a city girl though?
Because
you know what? Why
a city girl?
Because I'm trying to get chose. I don't know. I'm trying to find me a 6'8" basketball player.
Oh,
what's up?
Wait a minute. Now, hey, wait a minute. He's not wrong. That's the WNBA All-Star Weekend. He's not wrong.
What's up? You like showing brothers? I'm just saying.
What's going on with Liz Campbell? Anyway,
trying to climb some trees, man.
As always, man, it's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again, joined by the man formerly known as Ringo J, Mr. Stefan Nadon. And of course, Mr. Two Letters. If you knew better, you do better. Appreciate y'all for sticking around. If y'all stuck around this long, hit that like button.
The screw. in the tuna.
Subscribe to the page as we do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. Again, a wild bar there when we talking about climbing trees. And anyway, y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Peace.
I left the shoe in the tuna.
Leaving the